We've increased the stakes. It's a little colder. The challenge is a bit harder.
Have him!
Red flag's been captured.
Done! Both flags, thank you!
Yes! X, do you think that they won the flags fairly?
No.
My decision is final. Red team are the winners. Off you go.
Team Dynamite, we come with the flow.
Maasai, you guys will be getting some junk food. The slowest pair will be banished, and you'll claim your new colors as you'll be sent to the woods of the unwanted. Those individuals are Lesego, Zaid, Robert, and then Dudu.
This is camp. It's a little different to where you were before. Tabby, unfortunately, they've had their say. You're going to the woods of the unwanted.
The presenter that will be leaving Maasai, Danilo.
And Calvin, you'll be going to the woods of the unwanted.
The presenter going is Lerato. Get your things and head for the woods.
Blue team, we're coming back.
And we are coming back for you guys.
Survivor 2014, we're on day 3 and we're in this most beautiful, beautiful area, Matroosburg. And our presenters and scouts will be doing a challenge around this beautiful nature. I mean, what type of plant life's around here?
Well, the natural, original wild plant life, rather, that would have been in this area is fynbos, which is the low, scrubbly kind of bushes that you see everywhere. But one of the interesting points about this place is in the camps, where all the presenters and scouts have been camping, you've noticed those big pine trees. Those are actually a North American import, and they're actually quite damaging to the natural environment, and there's a lot of push nowadays to actually try and take those forests down. I mean, ordinarily we don't encourage people to damage or cut trees down, but the problem is that the area is quite limited in its natural water resource, and those trees absorb an awesome amount of water, and that starves the natural plant life from its water source. So what's happening is the original Cape fynbos is starting to disappear and being replaced with these invasive species from overseas.
They call those aliens usually. Well,
Alien species.
so the alien species are up against our indigenous species in this particular area, which means that's big competition.
Big competition.
Yeah.
The aliens have arrived.
Like we're going to see in Survivor 2014's day 3, as we get on to something that we like to call the race of risk and reward.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one.
Let's get to it. Welcome guys, Survivor 2014, day 3, and a tough task ahead, but it's beautiful here. Matroosberg Mountains, we're on the slopes. In fact, behind us, Sarge, I believe it's the highest peak.
Conical Peak, right back up over there.
And a chance for you guys to be at your peak performance today. Behind you, the unwanteds, the outcasts, the rejects. They'll be your audience for the day, as you two teams, the Red Rascals and the Maasai, go head to head.
Hang on, Carl, hang on. They can't stay here. There are far too many dangers in this area for them to be left alone without a guide team. They can't stay here.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to find a use for you guys. We do have 2 guides, so you can't be in that role. So I think we could just kind of up the stakes a bit. You unwanteds, I want to offer you an opportunity. It's a very small one, but it's an opportunity nonetheless. The Red Rascals and the Maasai will be going head to head in the race of risk and reward. However, we want to bring you guys in too. The unwanteds, for a chance to get back into this game.
That's not small.
So hang on, we're doing it as the whole team, 3 teams, the first 2 to complete the race stay in the game.
What?
By team. Think that's a good idea?
That's a great idea. As I said, a small opportunity for you, rejects, outcasts, the unwanteds to stick together and create a brand new team.
So what that means for the Maasai and for the Rascals, if either one of you ends up lost, your entire team becomes the unwanted.
Yep, that feels like a level playing field to me.
This feels exciting.
So, the unwanteds, Maasai, Red Rascals. 3 teams and 1 objective. And 3 tasks. Sarge, what will they be doing on the race of risk and reward?
You'll be running through a route along this path. heading towards the conical peak. Along this route, you'll find 3 sets of challenges, okay? Your first set of challenges is where you will build a stretcher. On that stretcher, you will pile a casualty, not a legitimate casualty, so don't destroy anyone, and you'll have to carry that person around a short little course. The first team to build their stretcher, load the casualty, run the course and come back, can then move on to the second challenge. There is a key element to this. You may only start your challenge when your entire team has lined up in front of the guide, okay? Those of you that have enjoyed the physical races so far, this one's a little different. This one's all about focus, composing yourself, and working as a team under pressure. It's not about speed, it's not about physicality, it's about mental discipline, okay? From there, you'll move onto a challenge which we call a Kim's game, all right? Now that's just a little bit of guide and scout terminology. Some of the scouts will recognize that word. For the rest of you, what it is a mental challenge. So you'll approach and you'll see a guide standing there. On the floor in front of you will be a sheet. Scattered across that sheet will be 30 items. The guide will remove the sheet. You'll have 30 seconds to remember as many of those as you can. The sheet will be covered. You'll then be given 30 seconds to write at least 20 of the 30 down, okay? Once you've done that, you'll hand that sheet to your guide. He will check through them and make sure that they are legitimately on the list and you haven't repeated anything. Once he says it's okay, only when he says it's okay, can you move on to the last challenge. Your final challenge is a fire building challenge. You will find drums with fire material already organized for you. You'll be given a magnesium striker and a metal bar. You'll have to build a fire, and because I'm an Englishman, you'll then have to make me a cup of tea. Unfortunately, in this area, tea bags are a little scarce, so we're gonna make a pine needle tea. It's lovely, loads of vitamin C, it's all good stuff. Once you've finished, your guide will check it, whether your tea meets my standards. Once it does, then I'll allow you to finish the race.
So, you know exactly what's at stake. You know that the Unwanteds can get back into this game, Red Rascals and Maasai.
Everything to play for.
Hope you guys are psyched, because your challenge is about to begin. Good luck to all of you. Let's get to it.
Yeah,